Hey guys, I hope everybody's doing amazing. So, I'm super excited to invite you into the pre launch of my new book, which is called The Rich Life. And I want to tell you the story about how this book got started and why this book was so impactful to me, why it took me so long to write this book, and why you need to grab a copy of this book now. And the first 50 people that buy my new book today will get access to my webinar tonight, which is 100 memberships you can monetize. That webinar is tonight at 8 p.m. So make sure you grab your book right now so you're not coming in at 7:59 talking about let me in the class and we've already started. So I want to talk real quick about just this book and why it's critical that each and every one of us do our best to live our own version of what we call the rich life. So this is a copy of the book cover, and the rich life is a devotional, and it's 30 days of speaking, writing, thinking, and believing in your kingdom abundance. And one of the reasons that, and over the last few days, if you've heard me talk about how critical it is that how critical it is that you make your money in your mind before you make it anywhere else. In other words, you got to have your mind made up about your money. And some of us don't have our mind made up about our money. And if you're watching this broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast. And what I mean by having your mind made up about your money is having your mind made up that you're worthy, having your mind made up that it's your birthright, having your mind made up that you want to live differently, having your mind made up that regardless as to what it looks like, you're going to continue to pursue your success. And so thoughts like that are a habit. If you wonder why some people go out and actually get more accomplished, why do some people make more money? Why do some people seem like they're more successful? It's two reasons. Number one, it's their thought process. You got to be able to make your mind mine. And the less Mimi chatter, the less negative thoughts, the less Debbie Downers that you experience in your mind, the more you're going to be able to create and the more revenue you're going to be able to generate. And it is truly a personal thing because everybody has the same capacity to generate riches, right? Hey, Darissa. So this book is about 30 days of speaking, writing, thinking, and believing in your kingdom abundance. These are custom illustrations, and I wanted the illustrator to bring to life the beauty of Black women, the uniqueness of Black women, how we all have different hair textures, how we all have different body styles, how we all have different eyes and lips, but we're still beautiful. Because a big part of what gets in our way is thinking that we're too different to deserve kingdom abundance. So the rich life is a devotional that gives you every single day some things that you need to be doing to have what the Bible says you should have. And it starts with an introduction asking you just that. Why don't you have what the Bible says you have? And the big part of that is belief, and the second part of that is action. So if you don't believe, number one, that you should have it, and you're speaking things like, I can't afford, or that's too expensive, you talk yourself in to a broke situation. That's the first part. The second part is that even if you do believe, if you don't take action every single day, thank you, Darissa. Make sure you check your email for tonight's webinar. It's going to be amazing. If you don't take action every single day, like the Bible says, faith without works is dead. So this is a 30-day journey to not only understanding how affluence is yours to have, but not only that, every single day, understanding what you should be doing to become more prosperous, writing about it, and taking action. Right? Having your affirmations, understanding your current relationship with money, and taking action. Uh, Not turning down money making opportunities, being on the lookout every day for your abundance, and then sealing all of it with a prayer about having the strength to do the work in order to cash your biblical check. And so, again, all these illustrations are custom. Every day is well thought out. It's all about you being able to take the steps necessary to rewire your mind and to think differently about where you are abundantly and how you got there and what you can do to actually change that and to start acting abundant and living abundant and talking abundance and eating abundance and sleeping abundance, because it has nothing to do with your looks, and it has everything to do with how you operate. So thank you guys. For those of you who bought it, if you got yours, go ahead and say me in the broadcast, because again, the first place you generate revenue, the first place you become rich is in your mind. And if your mind can't see you rich, then you'll never see it. The abundance is already there. The money is already there. But what are you doing? What are you doing to cash in on that revenue? So thank you, Ava, for making your purchase. Be on the lookout for tonight's link. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about 100 memberships that you can monetize. So look at what I'm doing right now. First, I'm feeding your mind. Then I'm going to feed your strategy. First, I'm feeding your mind. Then I'm feeding your strategy. The bit link is bit.ly/richlifebook. It should work. Did it not? Can somebody check it for me real quick? It should work. People have been buying it. So thank you, Tabitha. Let me know. So the first thing I want you guys to realize is that mindset and action go hand in hand. One of the reasons I'm doing this webinar tonight is because we live in a social environment. Everybody loves to connect. You see that with Corona. Even though we got a killer virus out here, people are still braving the Corona to go out and make connections. And so, yep, if you're teaching tonight, you'll make sure you get a replay, Darissa. So it's critical that you take advantage of some of the opportunities that you have to bring people together and understand that leaders get paid. Who gets paid, guys? Somebody type in leaders. Thank you, Cynthia. Tabitha. Cynthia said the link works. Somebody type in leaders. Think about who gets paid the most. Do you get paid the most, or does your boss? Right, your boss. Think about who gets paid the most. Your boss or your boss's boss? Your boss's boss. Who gets paid the most? Your boss's boss or your CEO? Your CEO. So the world will pay you to lead. And we've got to stop sitting around thinking that someone needs to appoint us as a leader. when the truth of the matter is you don't need to be appointed as a leader. Leadership is an appointment that you can give yourself. I remember uh, one of my mentors is from, where's she from? She's from somewhere in Africa. I gotta think of the name. It's just escaping me right now. Starts with an L. And so she said, a leader without followers is just a man out for a walk. So let's reverse that. So if you're somebody and you don't have followers, you're not a leader. If you're somebody and you have followers, you're a leader. Let's reverse that. A man without followers is just somebody out for a walk. But when you're walking and you have people following you, that defines you as a leader. And nobody can take that away from you. She from Liberia. Thank you, baby. And if you don't know the story about Liberia, Liberia is a very war-torn country. And Liberia had been in civil war for over 14 years continuously. And if you didn't know, in Liberia, the men can have multiple wives. Well, the wives got tired of the men fighting and killing each other, so they came together. And the women of Liberia said, we're not going to have sex with any of the men until they stop fighting. And guess what happened? They stopped fighting. That shows you the power of leadership, but also the power of women to be able to make things happen. Those women won a Nobel Peace Prize that year because they put their foot down and said, until something changes, right, we reserve our right. And that's what you should do. You need to put your foot down with your abundance. And you need to say to yourself that until something changes, I'm going to continue to be me. And you can't do that unless you take action. And this journal, if you go to bit.ly/richlifebook, this journal is just what you need to really get in touch with what is making you think broke about abundance. What is making you miss the mark when it comes to what you should have? What is making you think that other people deserve it more than you deserve it? And the truth of the matter has nothing to do with your looks. The truth of the matter doesn't even have anything to do with what you're offering. The truth of the matter is, how do you feel about yourself? And are you holding yourself up in a positive light? Are you speaking positively to yourself? Are you warding off those negative spirits that would keep you hung up and earning less than? So that's what this book is all about. I started writing this book in 2014. And my big hang-up was I didn't want women to think that they had to be rich to experience this book. And that this book is really about helping you in that journey of understanding that you have access to the kingdom. And unfortunately, because we've lived this life that has told us for so long that sometimes we don't have access, then what we've done in some of these cases is cut off our own access. So this is about helping you restore your access. bit.ly/richlifebook. First 50 people to purchase between now and 8 p.m. get free access to the webinar tonight. So make sure you grab your book. I'm going to get out of here. I'll be back in 57 minutes. If you're watching the replay and the link is still up, You still got an opportunity to grab your book and come into tonight's webinar. 100 different memberships that you can create and monetize. So it's going to be amazing. If you've been wondering, what kind of product can I launch? A membership group is a great answer to that. All right. Love you guys. And I will see you around 8 o'clock.